Hey guys, this is Kirob speaking, and today we are back in automation with the Light Campaign V4.2 testing runs. And we have come a fair few months into the playthrough of Swatsky Industries. It's going pretty well, and lots of issues have been uncovered so far in this series. Hopefully they get slightly less frequent, but we shall see. That is new and already slightly bugged. I thought that this was a pretty bad thing to have on here with just the two pies and then them not really mattering much. So what is supposed to happen here? Did we actually talk about that, or was I just thinking that? I made a note about it and reported it, and obviously it's already put in. But what this is supposed to show is to have the two pies, have the revenue in there, have the expenses in there, and then, well, the costs being displayed over here. Maybe it fixes itself. I think it thinks it's 0 here. But one of these pies is supposed to be smaller than the other, so that you get a visual representation of revenue and expenses. I think that will do pretty well overall. Anyway, let's see how it goes. We just have... Oh, have we signed this one off? We made a prototype engine. That's right. Got to look in engine projects. Well, this one is in engineering, as it says there. Yep, so that's all good. Back to the hub, and let's take a look at when we want to do the next facelift. I think what we said was that we also wanted to engineer like an entirely new car. Maybe maybe make this one in a different factory. I don't think we have the funds for it, but we're slowly digging us out of the hole that we were in. It is working. It's working. It just needs to be initialized correctly. You see, now our revenue graph is smaller than our expenses graph. So you don't even have to look at these numbers. And it's instantly recognizable to see what is what, basically, if you know what you're selling and only have one of those. I'm wondering, maybe in the revenue graph, what could be done to visualize this even better would be to have the model colored with the main color of this. It might get a little... If these are dark colors, then that kind of works, because you have white text on it. So the background could be this kind of color. Maybe multiply down a little bit, just so that you have an overview of what is what. And also, this doesn't seem to be quite working, does it? Or is it? No, this is correct. And is this correct? So if almost 3 million is more than half of the pie, then the total pie can't be 6.14 million. So something is going a little bit awry. So now we've almost met our obligations in terms of pre-orders. They seem to be mostly gone. Almost sold out of these cars as well. And the desirability is in the toilet, as we've discussed before. It's all good though. So yeah, I think we should just continue on running this, dig out a little bit further, and then at the end of 1950 we consider a facelift. Oh yeah, now it becomes scary when you look at the the sizing of the graph. It's like, oh shit, this one is getting rather small. Yeah, some nice losses there. The taxman will be very disappointed, which is great news. Huh, okay, that is weird. On year end, the graph disappeared again, even though it did work prior, in the prior months. That's an interesting one. Let's do a round tour of what we have. Let's take a look at marketing first. So yeah, delivery is doing super well for us. Family, decent. And let's check out Delure. Well, premium segment, family segment is decent. Monthly sales data in Ahana. We're covering a wide range here. We have basically no market share, but limited to our awareness, 10%-ish, 16% in City Premium. In Ahana! What is this? Our reputation marketing is helping, at least in Delure. Let's check here. Wow, yeah, it's doing pretty well. We do have a lot of value sitting right there in stock, which we haven't sold yet. 1.53 months worth of production. And yeah, I'm not sure how much money that is exactly. I could, of course, calculate that. It might be an interesting figure to know. But let's do the following. We are going to make another facelift. Yep, I do want to make a new facelift. There we go. All are checked. And just rename them real quick. Do we want to redo the engine? Maybe we want to make a racy version of it? Make a race car? Before I do, let me check the markets though. Does it even exist? Demographic sizes, fun, 35. Oh, that's limited to my awareness. Is it worth it? Sports cars, total 28. Nah. Convertible though, that might work. Where are the convertibles popular? So convertible budget, that's a fair amount of demographics. Or is it? No, not really. But if there's a convertible available, we might want to take a look at it. So the question is, do we actually need to replace the engine? Or should we just say, nah, we're good. We're good, we don't need further improvements to that one right now. I think it would be fair to say the latter. Because we are already at a very high setting for the reliability and stuff. It can just continue on being produced. So there is a convertible. Can easily make that happen. We also do have a convertible coupe. We got a tire upgrade here. Larger size, yes. One up here. Yeah, pretty good. Gives us more drivability. And with these prices, I think we might be able to upgrade to all luxury radio. Yeah, look at that. I mean, switching down to standard doesn't really make a big difference because that's just a few bucks. But, and it's not zero. I don't know. Oh, that's a bug actually. Interesting. The tooltip is showing 0, but if you go onto it and the next one, then it has the correct values. Yep, let me note that down. So I'm thinking going for luxury here. That is upping our competitiveness a lot in Ahana as well. Like just general prestige, very, very nice for that. Could put that into everything if we wanted to. This has come down so much in price. But maybe I'm just going to go for leaving it at premium for the utility stuff, or maybe even standard, and go for the family and the Delune version, of course, are at luxury then. Okay, yeah, why not? It feels like I made that choice prior, and did I shy away from it for the engineering time? Probably did. Now is the time to put some engineering effort into this. So, premium there. So this is the Delune market for the unupgraded version of this one. And let's just check out the Ahana market for the family. That's looking solid. Yeah, it's a little expensive, but it's decent. Family premium, okay. Now, let's upgrade the others. Yeah, this one was already sitting at luxury and luxury there. This is solid, that is all good. Not going for advanced. And that's what we are seeing there now. Yep. And it's solid. Not the most competitive. No, it's pretty competitive. I mean, we have a good affordability here. Okay, yeah, here it is now time to choose an entertainment rather, for those bastards. And we do have some familiarity for this. More so for... should we choose premium? Or should we go for just standard? I think the difference to premium is so small that we can use this. For the two-seater, it is super inexpensive. Look at that, 172 bucks versus 126. So not much added there. Even the premium, or the luxury version rather, is 300. So pretty cheap. The demographic budget is nothing. Yeah, look at that, 4,700. Yeah, ouch. So in the Achanan market, we are seeing the following, covering these quite nicely. Oh, and it's very good to see that we're even selling something into convertible. Should we go and try to just sell some convertibles here as well? Demographic budget is pretty close to what we would be aiming for, like around 8,000, so that could work. Now I just want to compare the size of the markets. Limited awareness, Ahana, demographic size, convertible 31 and 108. Problem being, of course, that this budget is very low. While that one is perfectly acceptable. But if we only have a 50% affordability in that, or even lower than this, then that means that's 15 cars at our current awareness. That's not great. If we go to Delua, on the other hand, we have 34 cars here. But the difference is, they have a budget in the budget demographic that is, the plus minus there is already still in the 8,000 target that we have, and would do pretty well. And this one is well above. Could even try to sell this in Delua exclusively. Why does that matter, Kirop? Well, you, of course, haven't forgotten about our engine problem, have you? Yeah. So let's make a Deluan version of this. Just clone the Delua 3 and Delua C3. I can assure you, driving the Delua C4 was a blast. But yes, I think we are going to try to make this about the same price. Let's just, should we do, yeah, they have a desire for sedan plus convertible. So this should be doing it. Let's select the correct market. There, aha, looking much more rosy all of a sudden. So that already, ooh, yeah, it's not bad. We're just getting in there. Okay. Now, we have the correct engine selected already, obviously, otherwise it wouldn't fare as well. This is normalized desirability 80%. What is the 19%? Ouch! Now, let's target it there. I think it's a little bit better. Ooh, 9,000. Okay. It's a little bit better now. Yeah, now that we have deactivated Ahana completely out of the picture, it is getting a little better. 42. Oh, just such a poor graphics match that our prestige is just in the toilet. Should we put in a manual soft top? Yeah, I mean, it's getting better. That's quite up there. Oh, how many seats do they want? 4 to 5, then let's take 4. So that we have it further delineated from our family trim. That will make a difference. I would love to give it a pip in interior quality for those. That makes a pretty big difference to what they are lacking, and that is, well, for the most part, prestige, of course. Let's do this for the Delua and Delua, well, Delua family and Delua convertible. Yes, correct. And jump over to that one. That's looking good. I like how everything is green. That's 2 more production units and a month extra of engineering time. That's easy enough. Okay, we do have a problem though, and that is that manual soft top is super expensive. You need to look at the material cost there. That is... Oh, yeah, and engineering time goes up a lot. But I think it's worth it. Just in general, the stats are so much better. And we get less penalty. So, yeah. Yeah, I think we roll with this one. This is our Deluan market. And as you can see, it is nicely split the way we would want. Oh, wait a second. No, it isn't. Because the convertible is selling for dirt cheap in comparison to the family. I think we're still aiming for 12,000 for both. They are very similar. Maybe the convertible can be a little bit more expensive because it is 40-40? Yeah, it's about right. So now engineering, but first, yeah, these numbers aren't looking great, apart from for the utility. We are climbing out of the hole a little bit. Should I add to the Ahanan version some quality as well? Nah, whom am I kidding? Tooling. We want to have more tooling. And we can up the tooling of the factory a little bit if we wanted to. That's 28 months. Do we want to wait that long? Let's head back to the hub and take a look when our engine is done. So the engine is done in 24... No, that is 28 months. Oh, much less. Okay. 1052 the engine would be done. We could always make a tiny little facelift that is basically like 6 months or something. Just improve it ever so slightly. I would like to up the reliability too, though. Yeah, this is getting a little on the expensive side. 28 there. Alright, let's aim for 28 months. That seems to be just about the minimum. But let's double check. It's the interior that has taken forever. But also I do want that extra quality. On the other hand, that is 10%. So that's like 2.5 months. Oh, that's the progression, by the way. 10% for the first tick. And then it escalates. It's kind of a little bit exponential. But the first tick is 10% extra engineering time for one quality. Do we really want to waste that opportunity to get some more out of the engine? At this point, I don't think it's worth it. So, to waste that time. Even if it's a little costly, probably a good idea. So, if we have to wait 28 months anyway. I thought it was more of a turnaround of like 16, 18 months, but the interior just knocked us out. So let's go for a new engine facelift. Right off the bat, it just gets general upgrades for the progressions that are natural. And now we can take a look at what we want to do here. Oh, yeah, we do have some extra tech pool, of course. So how about we go +2 there, or another +1 for both engines? I think +1. And then we do the switch over to reverse flow. Open that up a little, just check the graphs. Yeah, that's looking perfect. The same for the Delure. Another +1 there. We switch over to reverse flow. Oh, that's at +2. Ooh, yeah, that's going to take a while to engineer, because we don't have much familiarity in there. We do have +2 here on the family version as well. So what we could do is make a Sport 3, right? So like this, Sprott. No, not the investment firm. Sport 3, and let's see what we can do with this one. Maybe, well, it's very undersquare. That does not bode well for its sportiness. We can make it square, or even a little over square, and then make it an angry bee. Maybe take out the balance shafts? Do we? Nah, we're just going to reduce this one to a much lower number. Then, of course, additional cam profile. Something like 45, because this is cutting off at 4.5. Can rev a lot higher than this, with this much shorter stroke. So we go for, Do we? I guess we go for the familiar, for the twin carburetor standard version. Oh, I was like, why doesn't that make any difference? And that's a very good question. What the fuck is going on here? That seems off. That seems very off because I'm looking at the entirely wrong stat. I was meant to look there. So, twin carb eco at 10. Yeah, that's pretty horrendous throttle response. But single barrel non-eco carb with something like 75, pretty decent. And then we go for standard mid and cast mid. And then one muffler less. And then we close this down a bit. Ooh, now this doesn't flow anything. Okay, so up that rev limiter. How high can we rev? 6,400? Hell yeah. So 6,400. It's now just the springs. Okay, yeah. 5,700 is the limit at the moment. That is perfectly fine. So 6,000 and now up that value. Where's the spring stiffness here? There you go. Yes. Can get even some more peak out of this one. Something like this. Yeah. Quite like this little engine. Almost 50 kilowatts. And we can lower this one further. Something like this. No, let's leave it. Nah. We use all 85 RON. And now we need to do some tuning here. Carb size seems adequate. Can go a little larger. Yeah, it's costing us a little torque down low, but some more power, just tiny amounts. Manifold. That one needs to get up somewhat. Sacrificing minor amounts of top end and getting some more torque down there. Then we have the headers. They are probably also a little large. And overall, this is looking pretty much spot on. So, maybe we want to stay cheap with this one. Ugh, that is a fair amount of power that we're losing. Yeah, look at that. No, I'm going with the new reverse flow magic. So now, how much has this playing and fooling around cost us? The 1.4 liter sports engine. 40 fucking 5? You what, mate? Oh, it's the... It's the exhaust and the fuel system. And the fuel system just because of our switch over. Yeah, okay. We're gonna fix this. That is unacceptable. So, first of all, let's reduce the quality in the exhaust section for both engines. And now we unfortunately have to sacrifice a lot of throttle response for our sport engine by switching back to the eco carbs. You will see that thing take a hit. Ouch! Oh man, yes. Yes it does. Not a performance hit, mind you. They are much better through their inner workings at the lower throttle settings and lower RPM performance. But top end there, nah, not that good. Oh, by the way, should this be an Ahanan engine or a DeLuan engine? Because right now it's an Ahanan engine. Let me check. DeLua is selected. Light Sport Premium does exist, and in 1955 we will see the appearance of Light Sport. Fun does exist. Do they have fun in Hana? They do. But Light Sport doesn't appear before 1970. So I think we're going to make this engine and we're going to run it on a better fuel. So, what difference does it make? Let's hold the engine right there, like this, and then we switch, and we go like this. Whoa, everything is green. And now, what do we change? Compression! Give me all the compression. Yeah, Four-way split is activated, yes. And go. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. 49 kilowatt average power now. 50.7. Oh, and the carb is not sized correctly. Can grab some more top-end power. Let's go for 95. And we have 51.4. Beautiful. Now we have an engine for a potential lightweight sports car. And the engineering looks much better, but still not great. But it's 28 months. Look at that. Well, that's what we shot for, isn't it? 5 million engineering cost. Nah. Wait a second. 28 there. Go ahead and work a little bit more, please. That does the trick. Factory, sure, same factory setup. It doesn't have to make the sport free, so let's not overcomplicate things. That would be removing a lot of efficiency. So let's keep it out of there for now. Don't want to have that built. Do we want to pay this much for the building and the major tooling? Don't think so. This is fine. Yeah, looking good. Nice price for a very solid engine. Oh, but wait a second. What did I see there? So, sign of... Oh, now the figures are showing. This list was completely empty before when I looked at it. Right when I said that. And now it is not. Well, that's a bug, but one I don't quite know how to replicate now. Factory efficiency 57%. Ugh. Yeah, that sucks. Production units per worker per day. That just drops. 6.3, that's awful. Oh, I do fret the day when we have to add the steel presses. 80 million just for that. Yeah, ouchies. 62%, 67% efficiency. That does not bode well. What can we do about it? Could lower tooling or automation a little bit more. Or rather increase tooling quality, but lower automation. Requires more staff. And makes the cost per car go up. It's not great, but we are producing... No, that's kind of the sweet spot there. Around 50-ish. So we're not going to retool. No, not going to refresh the building. Not going to... No, shit. Yeah, we are going to do this. And add a little bit of quality. So something like this. And then, of course, refresh the minor tooling, because we have to. And they are building at 70% efficiency. Ugh, not great. Oh, I wonder... what would happen if I lower the threshold to nothing? Recall 1.3%. Nah, that's a little too harsh. What are we going to do for factory shifts? Are we going to rein them in? Even more? No, I want to keep some flexibility. I'm going to keep them down here and not overproduce. We have... Oh, this is getting a little slow. Maybe we should just up this? Like to there and to 2 shifts? I need to look into these dependencies here for worker wages and worker quality. That still doesn't quite work right. I think a good way of going about it would be to limit the maximum experience that a workforce can attain depending on the worker quality setting and worker wages setting. So that if you have a higher wage setting, the retention for your workers is much higher. And what has shifted these curves to the right so much is that retention, that experience. They are spotting mistakes on the go instead of having them put them through QA, and can fix them there. So that is a sign of good worker quality, but also of experience. Even a very high quality worker will do lots of mistakes at the start. So yeah, I think this would be a good way to balance this out so that you just can't do this and you're fine and not pay them anything. And of course, currently the mechanic is that you see it here, that it would take 10 years to find enough workers to pull this off. But they won't be waiting for you. So I think that's making it unrealistic. I'm going to up the quality regardless and exploit the shit out of it for now. But yeah, this is looking pretty solid. The Delure C3, not looking too hot. Let's take a look at the pricing it has chosen. Is this actually the one that we wanted? Doesn't look like it. This is my setup, and I know we're going to overproduce. Is that a good thing? We do want to switch to a new model after this one. Let me see what it looks like if I go down to my previous shift setting. So 1 to 1.5, and there we are making a profit. I think that's a better setup then. All right, good lineup. I like it. Let's see how well it does. And we can deactivate the loan. It costs us 11 million. C- credit rating. Ugh. Alright. Sign off. Oh, company valuation is in the toilet. Sign off the selected projects. I agree. And for this, I'm just going to say I want to fill some stock. Probably something around, let's see, something around this. Oh, well, this is just for my sake, of course. These should probably be in the background. Oh yeah, let's make a note about that. That is not good UI. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to, let's see. I'm going to stop the production for half a year. Let this sell off. Maybe we don't need half a year. Alright, pause production right there. So, okay, paused it for the whole model. And now, let's just sell off a few because we are deeply in the red. And hope that we can come back from that. Let's see how we're selling. Yeah, that's a nice fat profit. It's good. And we can continue production for a little bit. There's a very solid growth here in our general sales, as I can see it. That's looking excellent. What do we get there? DCOEs. Right, we can put that on the small sports car then. But I think that is something that we're going to do in the upcoming episode, if we get there. And I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.